Hilton brings you new ways to stay, with experiences that let you capture the glory days. Introducing the Graduate Hotels. Each inspired by local college towns, these stays are always original and never boring. Get in touch with traditions all across the country and enjoy a stay that's a class above the rest. Book at Graduate Hotels with Hilton Honors Points at Hilton.com. It's a win-win. Hilton, for the stay.
USAA knows dynamic duos can save the day, like superheroes and sidekicks or auto and home insurance. With USAA, you can bundle your auto and home and save up to 10%. Learn more and get a quote at USAA.com/bundle. Restrictions apply.
Ryan Reynolds here from Mint Mobile. I don't know if you knew this, but anyone can get the same premium wireless for $15 a month plan that I've been enjoying. It's not just for celebrities. So do like I did and have one of your assistants switch you to Mint Mobile today. I'm told it's super easy to do at mintmobile.com/switch.
Upfront payment of $45 for 3-month plan, equivalent to $15 per month required. Intro rate first 3 months only, then full price plan options available. Taxes and fees extra. See full terms at mintmobile.com.
From the Fifth Quarter Studio in Madison, Wisconsin, you're listening to the Coaching Youth Hoops Podcast.
They're playing basketball.
Here's our hosts, Steve Collins, and Bill Flitter.
All right, welcome to Coaching Youth Hoops. I don't give Coach any time. He's laughing at me if you're watching on YouTube. I literally, like, we were talking mid-sentence and I hit record. So anyway, let's give a big shout out. I'm sorry. You
okay, Coach? You with me?
I'm
all right.
Yeah. I was reading an email from my mother as I'm doing it. That's the problem.
Oh, those are important emails.
They are important emails. Call your mom. So let's give a big shout out to our sponsor first.
Hey, coaches, go check out Game Changer. Go to gc.com/coaching youth hoops. We've loved Game Changer here at Coaching Youth Hoops. It is one of our favorite tools in our toolbox. We love leveraging technology to help us gain an edge. So you're going to get game stats, you're going to get film breakdown, all automatic. Parents, grandparents who can't make it to the game, they can see the games live. Go check it out, gc.com/coaching youth hoops.
And what else, Coach?
So
you've been working on.
We also launched a new tool at Coaching Youth Hoops. Go check it out at coachingyouthhoops.com/drills. It is a drill finder, but not just any drill finder. We're not going to return the mass of drills that are out there. We're going to return what we know works. So we've spent a lot of time in gyms trying to perfect drills and situations, and we're sharing that knowledge with you. Answer a few questions, and we're going to return some drills that we know work in that particular situation. So go check it out. Give us some feedback. It's a new tool. We're learning, but the more input you have, the better the tool will get. Again, coachingyouthhoops.com/drills.
Coach uses the word we. You using that wide. It was Coach built it. I didn't build it. So don't use we. You built it.
I appreciate that, Coach.
You built it. It was not me. Zero. I will take zero credit for that. But I'll give my opinion, but I'll take zero credit for that. All right. So what's today's topic?
We're going to talk about how to teach reading of the defense.
Okay. So
the key to offensive success.
Yep. If you saw my team play, you wouldn't think I know anything about defense. I know.
Isn't that the case? Some days you're like,
oh gosh,
you get him. You're like, it looks like we didn't teach him anything.
No, well, I think it's being taught less. I do believe that. I do believe the fundamentals of defense are being taught less. I think that can be a separator. I think the kids have gotten better offensively. I think there's a lot more skill work being done at the youth level, at the middle school level, at the high school level, at the collegiate level, at the NBA level. I think kids are better offensively than they were 20 years ago. I do. And I don't know if the defense has caught up with it yet. So I think as a youth coach, it can be a lean in. Like, are you gonna teach something specific and get really good at it? I think you can frustrate people. I've seen it
But
in.
you're talking about defense. This we're talking about reading the defense on the offensive side, right? Is that what
Oh,
you were?
yes, 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 yeah, yeah. The offensive scheme. That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. So,
Oh,
but the,
okay,
the
okay.
defense have gotten progressively worse. So
Oh, I see what you're
offensively,
saying. Got you.
like, I mean, it's yeah. If your team played my team, you wouldn't even need to read the defense. It'd be
Just go to the basket.
score. It'd be score. It'd be score. Well, what do we lose? 80, 88, 87, like in a
Yeah,
high school basketball game.
it's a lot of points.
It's a lot of points. And
Hmm.
I'd give the defense from both teams a B. So it wasn't like horrible. I
Yeah.
worse. Um,
Well, how do you start
and
teaching at the younger levels what to look for?
well,
And how
it's
do you
hard
what?
too when teams change defense. One of the things we do is
Right,
we do a
of
lot of
course. Yeah,
changing. Are they in
yeah.
man? Or are they in the first thing you need to figure out is if they're in man or they're in zone.
That's a good point. Yeah, exactly.
And how
So
do you know how do you tell if there's a difference? I know how I tell if someone's in a
you
man
get
or someone's
you get well, yeah. If you cut and they follow you, or they don't follow
you
you,
put you
right?
put cutter you have cutters
Yeah,
go through the lane. You can basically tell if it's zone or man.
yeah,
Um, normally, I've I've disagreed with officials when my kids were young about this, but for the most part, most people understand the difference between a zone and man to man. So I think the easiest way to teach reading defense is playing
hmm
3-on-3, 4-on-4, um, and letting them, because you can do it 5-on-5, you can do it 1-on-1, maybe a little bit 2-on-2, but 3-on-3, I have found 3-on-3 and 4-on-4 are the perfect teaching spots as far as spacing, as far as where people are supposed to be. Like, I just think it's easier for them to learn those specific skills in a smaller set than in the big 5-on-5 set. Um,
yeah,
and this is one of the things you have to do it to learn it, I believe. Like, you got to
yeah,
see,
yeah.
you
I
got to
get. Yeah,
see
you
what
mean
a
break
ball
it
screen.
down?
Yes, but
Yeah.
you got like, I let them just go and then we break down. But
Yes, correct.
I
Yeah,
think it's the great ones have played so much that they just know, here's a ball screen, I'm going to do this, or they're helping here and I'm going to do this. Um, I think youth coaches don't have enough time to do. I think teaching by doing is something really, when you're doing this and you're learning to read defense, the best way to do it is make them do it.
yeah.
um,
Well,
you know,
we'll talk about a few things though, specifically. So, for example, one
hold
thing
on,
that came to
before we
mind
dive
was,
into this, I'll be a
yeah.
tease. We're going to dive into this. Let's give a big shout out to our other sponsor, Coach. I got to cut you off. Let's do that
Oh
before we
yeah,
dive into
absolutely.
that.
Yeah, coaches, go check out Curve Health at go to coachingyouthhoops.com/health. They're giving our listeners free assessments. If you're looking for the edge, this might be the edge you're looking for. If you're maybe an advanced AAU team or high school team, this is a perfect tool that'll give you feedback on your team's mental status, nutritional sleep habits, and even do some injury prevention. They use AI and a phone. As simple as that. It's free to coaches. You'll get an aggregate report of the status of your team, and then you can make adjustments. Again, go to coachingyouthhoops.com/health for all the details. It's free for a limited time.
All right, go ahead. Finish your thought now, Coach.
Yeah, so for example, little things that you can do, and this is maybe more about a philosophy than that you can have. How do you want to handle screens? Do you switch or do you stay, right? Do you fight over the screen or you're going to switch, right? So that's reading the defense, right? Oh, somebody's setting a screen on me, right? How do I, or I'm sorry, I'm setting a screen. Got that wrong. That's what I meant though. I'm setting a screen. What is the defense doing? Are they switching or are they staying? Right? And then you can make adjustments there. How the first thing if the defender's in front of you, you have the ball. Where are their feet? How are they aligned with you? Are they open stance, closed stance, left or right? That'll give you some help as well. Then you got to look at, well, as coach said, man or zone. But then if they're in a man, what's their help defense? Where are they filling the gaps if they are? Again, keep it real, a few simple things for the youth level to introduce this idea of reads. It's taken me for my, even my eighth grade team, of course, we run the blitz offense, and we didn't work on reads until about year two. So we got the
Well, and
basics
the
down.
thing is, there's so many reads.
Well, that's the thing.
So many reads. That's why, going back to what I
Yeah.
said, I think the best way is for them. The best way to get them is the smorgasbord of reads is to do it, and then you put the constraints in. Okay, we're only going to do ball screens. You're going to play
That's
3-on-3. You can only score off a ball screen. Or all right, we're going to play 3-on-3, no ball screens. We're only going to pass and cut, or we're going to do whatever you want, whatever.
So then you can start seeing those patterns of whatever the defense is doing, or the offense is
that's
doing.
the only
So,
way to kind of. I mean, again, I don't even feel like I've had 40, 30, 40 practice. I don't feel like I have enough time to go through all the reads. So luckily my guys have played a lot and kind of know some of the reads. So, in specific teams, it's different at my level that I kind of know what they're going to do. But I think that's from a youth teaching standpoint, that is the best way. If you want to be able to read the defense and exploit your offense, put them in the situations the most in where they can just get reps and reps and reps. Drilling it will work in small bites, but I think it's better to just let them go.
Yeah, what I typically do too, you're absolutely right, is set those constraints. But then a lot of times, if I see something happening over and over again in a small-sided game, I will blow the whistle, ask a particular player, what did you see? What did you see? Right? And it's not I just asked him, what did you see? Why did you make that decision?
Right.
Well, I saw X. Oh, okay. Right. But I also, after a while, they're going to learn certain things to do, right? You're driving to the basket, you got a double team. Well, what does that mean? I'm reading the defense. It means someone's open somewhere. And then it's up to me to find that open person.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Like little things like that you can start implementing. If you have a post player, how is he or she playing on defense? Oh, they're playing high side. Okay. Well, dribble deep to the corner, throw it on the inside, right? Right. And then there's, certain things you can do out of that. But again, what's the offense you're running? What are you seeing more often on defense? And guess what? What's going to tell you that? Well, Game Changer will tell you that if you're recording your games, right? Then you can start seeing, and then you can also break down film and share it with your team, saying, okay, well, what did you see in this situation, or what were you thinking in this particular situation, or did you see this over here? Honestly, watching's
very good. And it's probably the easiest thing to do. Like, you're not going to do scouting reports, and you're not going to hand out, here's where you're supposed to be, probably for the most youth coaches. So it's more, you're right. It's more kind of visual. It's that figuring out the type of learner you have. I agree.
Yeah. I think those little things are important. And again, I think we don't want our kids being on the phone, but they'll watch their games.
Right. They will watch themselves and their games. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So
they will definitely do that.
It's going to just remember, coaches, it will take time to do the reads. Pick a few, pick a few that you want to work on every season.
Right.
Maybe 2 or 3 that you see over and over again that, hey, I want you to look for this situation. When you see this, do X.
I agree.
That make sense?
Yep. All right. Anything else, Coach?
Coach, go check out our new drill finder. Again, it'll answer a few questions, and we will provide you with some suggestions of 50 years of combined experience. The more data and inputs you have, the better the tool will get. So we want your feedback. So go check it out at coachingyouthhoops.com/drills. Until next time, Coach.
Until next week. Bye-bye.
This podcast is part of the Sports Social Podcast Network.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. Your Sleep Number setting. It's the Sleep Number Everything Smart Bed sale. Every smart bed and base are on sale during our Memorial Day event. Up to 50% off, plus free home delivery. Limited time. Exclusively to Sleep Number store near you. Learn more at sleepnumber.com.